All right. Today we are trying out, we're not sponsors, but we are trying out the Grizzly 12 milligram nicotine pouches.
I do like that the whole lid itself is its own storage thing. That's kind of nice.
That is kind of hot. There you go, brother. Oh, it's got a good taste to it.
Yeah.
Oh, what is that?
Original.
Okay. Well, it's got a good flavor. They did it right the first time, I guess.
So, we rolling?
Yeah, we're rolling. I was actually talking to them right there. So, yeah.
Oh, awesome. Well, welcome back to the On Game Show. It feels so good to be back. I can't let you get every intro. I'm back, baby. I'm back. You'll have that. You'll have that. Yeah. I'm sure one episode in between me being gone has been 2 weeks. So I'm so happy to be back. So glad to be with my buddies.
Yeah. I'll cheers to that. Us in our big ass glasses. He's got,
Love it.
He could fill up a little bit more, but we went a little heavy handed on ours.
Yeah, I see that. It's there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have been in Bristol, Tennessee,
Mm-hmm.
and it was lovely.
Yeah?
Lovely.
Well, tell us about it.
Well, okay. First thing, it was a dream getting over there. My dad bought a new truck. He got the new Ram RHO, 2026.
RHO, I haven't heard of that. But...
So it's right under the TRX. It's like the off-road Ram truck, right? And dude, it has more things than like a Mercedes, anything. Like high-end luxury car. It is insane. The whole time I was getting a massage on the way there. It's got heated and ventilated in the back. The screen is literally that big in the middle. That's like...
Yeah.
It's... and dude, it is just... Everywhere you look, like, your eyes are just feasting. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous truck. It's the coolest truck I've ever been into. Like, it's amazing. It's got, like, the Super Cruise thing where he didn't even have to, like... to hold the steering wheel, it just drives.
Yeah.
Like,
it does.
Stays in the lanes and all that.
Yeah, not even like driver's assistance. Like he doesn't have to do anything. It just
Does it get onto him if he doesn't? Like, is it?
It has a camera on the top of the steering column, and it watches your eyes. And if you avert for longer than four seconds, it's like pay attention. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Damn.
But he didn't have to. We drove the whole way there with him. Like that's it.
Yeah. That's crazy, though.
It was awesome. So that was great. The drive over there was amazing. So Bristol, for those who don't know, I go to the NASCAR races. And the NASCAR races, we see the ARCA, Truck Series, Xfinity, and Cup the whole time we're there.
Okay.
Right? They typically start on a Thursday or Wednesday. And then it goes Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, right, is the races.
Okay.
And then, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Anyway, we get there the previous Friday. So we all we do is set up this RV, we rent it, and they drop it off to us. And then we had TVs on the outside and, like, pop-up tents all around. So, I mean, dude, it was totally glamping, right? We got a big-ass poker table in the center.
Yeah.
Glamour
camping.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay, beautiful.
It's
I like
like-
talking to you guys.
It's like you're camping, but you have all of the same amenities. of being in a house, right?
Which I'm for. I'm for it.
It's awesome.
I mean,
That's the ideal.
you're still out. You're still out somewhere camping.
So we, man. Like, I mean, it was great. We're watching the fucking, Sunday night football and Monday night football, and then the whole time. I mean, dude, we had a whole bar set up. Like it's a big ass table, and it's got every drink you can think of, and like, dude, we eat like kings.
So where are y'all at? Like, are y'all camping on a part of the racetrack, or are y'all away from the racetrack? What is?
Yeah, we're away from the racetrack. So the track is here, and it's massive, dude.
Okay.
Like you can see it from it the whole time.
Yeah.
And there's a road that is like a pretty busy road, and then across from that is this place called Earhart Campground.
Okay.
And dude, it is just beautiful rolling hills where like, and it's right next to a mountain that's right there, and then all you can see on the other side of the track is mountains. And we set up right in front of the shower house. So like gotta take a dump right to the
there,
shower
yeah,
house.
yeah.
It's incredible, man. So we go out there, and people don't understand it. Like, we just go out and sit, like, you just pure relaxation. It never got above 80 degrees the whole time there.
Really?
It was a brisk 54 at night.
Mhm.
You know,
Mhm.
just beautiful weather the whole time. I mean, it was fucking awesome, dude.
Didn't you say did y'all play like poker out there? Or
we play a
whatnot?
lot of poker.
Yeah.
Yeah, same way we do. 30 chips. It's $5 buy-in, and you
Winner takes it.
winner takes all.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Beautiful.
like the early games, you'll win like 20, $25, but as the camp gets filled up, $75, $80. You know, you can win up to 100.
Damn.
You know, we got 10 guys that play with us and shit. It's fucking awesome.
Mm.
Yeah, and then so we do that. I camp with my dad, my uncle, and my cousin Tim. And then later in the week, like Wednesday or Tuesday this year, all of our boys from Ohio show up, and usually there's like 4 or 5 of them, but this year it was 5. Sometimes it's more, but yeah, and they're just characters, bro. Blue collar union guys, just laughing our asses off. You know, nothing offends anybody.
Uh-huh.
Like, it's just so good, man. You know, you talk how you want to talk.
Yeah.
You know, it's wonderful.
Why'd you look at me when you said that?
Because you'd fit in, man.
Someone's trying to save my slide.
Well, we have this like ongoing thing where it's like you can't handle Bristol because like you fuck up just a little bit, and they
Everybody's on you.
the whole
Yeah.
week, bro. Like you. So
It's a lot of pressure.
yeah.
It's a
And if
Yo,
you have
this 12 milli tap in. This 12 milli is cool. It's cool.
Yeah.
And so, anyways, keep going.
you buzzing over there?
Yeah,
bro?
just putting a little update in there.
So middle of the week they open up the track, right? And that's where I got all this stuff from. So anywhere you go down there, right, they have just, I mean, pretty hot chicks that come out there for like, you know, the booths that are there, right? And, you know, they're paid models to be there, you know. So you're walking around and you're just giving them shit, and, you know, it's just a lot of fun, man. And then, you know, the races are just an extra, you know.
So is that like a package thing? Like with the camping and then the going to the races, or like is it you got tickets to the races and then you had to pay the campground just to stay close by?
It's separate. So we're season ticket holders for that track, which it used to be a big deal. Now it's not a big deal. But this year was my dad's 36th year in a row.
Wow.
This was my 9th. Yeah.
Wow.
So
36 year in a row.
Never missed a year.
That's crazy.
Dude, I'm 24, about to be 25.
He's been going
Even longer than I've been alive, bro.
Longer than I've been alive.
Before they even thought about me, bro.
34.
Shit.
Might have been 34,
Damn.
35. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
my bad.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
he
all
started
right,
going
man.
when he
It's
was
all right.
19. I started going when I was 19. You know,
Nice. Okay.
it's
How old is your dad?
52, 53. Yeah. So this had to be his 34th, 35th.
Gotcha.
Yeah, not 36th. I was thinking the next year because mine is next year is a decade.
Gotcha. Did you get plastered at all? Were you plastered the whole time, or
So, no.
you remember it?
Usually we take it slow. Usually we take it slow at the beginning of the week when it's just like the 3 of us.
Okay.
And, you know, we're drinking just Michelob Ultras or whatever.
Mhm.
And then we kind of ramp it up when the Ohio boys get here. And then we really ramp it up for the races. We did not do as much drinking as we did the years prior. I remember the story from me drinking out of a paint can and, you know, fire water. Oh, those are.
Was that last year or no?
No.
That was a few years back.
4 or 5 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah. But now, man, it's a blast, and it's just a really good way to just reset
Not
because
bad.
no one can call you. You don't have anything. You know, you got Wi-Fi, but you know that's pretty much it.
Yeah. Oh, it sounds way funner than my time was.
But dude, what's crazy is like that experience. 10 days camping the way we did, eating the way that we do, drinking nonstop, like going to races, all this stuff. How much do you think it is a person?
I'd say maybe 1,200.
1,200? It's a good guess.
Like the whole trip?
Yeah.
Everything, each person? Shit. I don't know. I mean, yeah, probably, I'd say 10 days. It was actual 10 days?
Actual 10 days.
That sounds like $2-3 grand to me. That sounds like a trip.
$600.
No. Hey.
$600. Yep. It's, I mean, dude, it's the best time for the least amount of money. And
Well, with the camping, you probably, a lot of people can get, that's not like a per person thing.
so it's $150 for the week to camp, right?
Gotcha.
At the spot. The most expensive thing is the trailer. It's $1,700 for 10 days.
Okay.
Everything else, you kind of bring on your own. We buy groceries, you know, but.
So y'all do a lot of like cooking, like
dude.
grilling and stuff?
We smoke a shoulder. We bring a smoker out there. We smoke a
I
shoulder.
mean, they said they were glamping. I didn't know if they were
Like
DoorDash and
12
shit or.
So there's this place called the Mad Greek that we absolutely love. And the Mad Greek, it has a cool story. So the owner of it, there's only two, right? And they're only in Bristol, Tennessee. They started a restaurant, a Greek restaurant. I don't know what their original name was. A husband and a wife, right?
Mhm.
The wife caught the husband having an affair in their bed.
Damn.
Kills both of them.
No way.
Yeah. They hit her in Tennessee with what's that statute where it's lust killing or something to that effect, where basically like you're not in your right mind when you catch somebody doing something horrible and you kill them because of it.
Yeah.
Right? And it's there's no premeditation, there's no anything, right? And she gets off scot-free. She renames the Greek restaurant the Mad Greek. Yeah.
Yo, that's a savage, bro.
Yeah.
She get off with that, dude.
Yeah. So
That's crazy.
What do y'all think? Y'all think she should have got locked up for it? What do y'all think about that? You don't have to share your opinions if you don't. I know it's a little.
I mean, there's got to be like, so you have reactions, right?
Both of them.
Yeah, kills both of them. Crime of passion. Is what we call that.
Passion.
I was
Crime
just
of
talking about this
passion.
somebody else the other day. Yeah.
Yeah. So like, I mean, that's a reason why a lot of people who like murder the rapist of like a child
Right,
or something
yeah.
like that, the parent gets off because not only does the jury agree with them, but also like you can talk about it of how horrible it was, and then when you see the person in front of you, you just want to kill them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it harkens back to like a human nature kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like there's
I mean, that's a natural reaction coming out of you.
there's a fight or flight response that obviously the law sees that you can't control at some point. And yeah. But yeah, she renamed it the Mad Greek, and it is the best Greek restaurant though. Like it is so good. All of their stuff is like made in house. Their meatballs, oh my god, so good.
Is that spot over there on Yuri, right by Planet Fitness and Circle K?
Yeah.
Is that Greek?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
The blue
Euro?
and white. Yeah. Euro.
Okay, so I had that place twice, and I didn't really.
I don't like it.
I've never had it
Okay,
before.
okay. I'm glad that you've tried it and were able to speak on that. Nothing compared to what you had.
No.
Okay.
The Mad Greek, man, it slaps. It's like a legendary spot for us.
Yeah. Okay.
I've never had Greek food. So I don't even know like what they
Imagine like
goat, a lot of goat.
it's kind of like Italian a little bit. But they have some unique stuff that like I definitely wouldn't go in and like try. Like they have this thing called a Zeus, and it's like mayo. It's like a mayo pizza kind of thing,
Awesome.
and it tastes good. Like you're like, damn, like you wouldn't think it would work, and it works. You know,
Like mayo with cheese and bread.
yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it's like a mayo pizza, and
Hey, I mean, I don't know, man. I
I'm not a
mean,
big mayo guy.
that shit slaps, bro. It's like I'm not a mozzarella guy. I don't like mozzarella, and
damn, y'all are picky eaters, man.
but you put it on a pizza.
And you'll eat it.
I'll eat
Okay,
it.
so you don't like it. You don't like it by itself.
No,
No.
Okay.
Me either.
All right. Yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah, I can't eat mozzarella.
I think there's another Greek spot in Bossier that I went and tried one time, and that one was pretty good. There was like one thing on the dish that I didn't like, but everything else was pretty good. I think that one was Greek. I can't confirm, and I don't remember what it was called. I think it was on Benton. Is it Benton Road?
Probably. I don't know what place you're talking about.
I think it was Benton Road. Yeah. But anyways, I can't remember the name of it. But
so, all right, Bristol story real quick, and then we'll jump into our game.
do we have yeah.
So, guys in the Ohio tent next to us, right? Each year they bring this sign, and it says, "Show me your boobs for a free beer." Right? And it's like a legit sign, like $60-$70. They, put it up there. This girl is leaving the shower house, right? Kind of cute, kind of like, 6.5 cents.
All right, fair
Right?
enough. I've got the image.
And I've already told this story to my significant other, so it's not a big deal.
Okay.
But, but she's like, anyway, let me continue. She sees the thing, right, the sign, and she's like, hell yeah, boom, and they're like, here you go, free beer, all this stuff, right? Yeah. And we're like, whoa, we didn't see, like, we're part of the same camp and all this stuff, And she's like, oh, y'all didn't see? No. And, like, she goes, boo, and we're like, another free beer.
Yeah.
So,
oh, that sounds lit.
Pretty nice, right? They're nice, right? And I'm like, a little suspicious, like, who, both peers, all this stuff. They sit up front. I'm like, oh, okay. Anyway, we're joking around, and I'm not going to name names of who said what, but they were like, well, what would it take to take your pants off, right? And she starts laughing. Y'all can't afford me taking my pants off, all this stuff, right? And we're like, okay, start laughing and all this stuff. And we're like, what do you do? A little small talk. And she's like, I'm a stripper here. Right? And we're like, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense, right?
She's like, that's light work.
she goes, we're like, well, what would it cost to take your pants off? And she was like, well, if y'all had some Basil Hayden, like the whiskey.
Yeah. Never heard of that.
We fucking had Basil Hayden.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So we're like, and she goes, you motherfuckers got it. All this stuff. So sure enough, she takes her pants down, right? And she's like, all proud, all this stuff. Bro, this is what got me. She goes, smacks it.
Her cat?
Yes. Smacks it. And we're like
hard? Because you slapped that pretty hard, bro.
Hard, bro. Yeah, like, we can hear it, Yeah, and so sure she takes the shot, right? And we're all like, whoa. Like, that is crazy. Yeah. That's never happened.
This woman's wild, yeah.
Yeah. So, we're like, what's your name? And she's like, my name is Ryan. Same as my dad's. And it goes, well, how do you spell it? And he goes, same way you do, fucker. And like, and sure as shit, it was the same way, right? And here's what's nuts. So she takes the shot, right? And we're like, you can have many shots you want, all this stuff, right? And she goes, there's my boyfriend. Oh, before that, my dad goes, that's a C-section, huh? And she goes, one of them was a C-section, but the other was, right? You might have to blurb that. But,
for real? I have to blurb that?
Yeah, probably. So, she, yeah. Anyway, she goes, there's my boyfriend. And he comes outside, and we're like, what took him so long, right? And she's like, probably taking a shit, So he comes out there, dude, and he's this fumpy looking motherfucker, and we're like, it's silence, right? We're like, yeah. Your
she still got her pants off?
Your girlfriend just showed your cat and smacked it, like, in front of all of us, and we're like,
Wait, did she have underwear on? She had underwear on.
No.
No, we're saying literally straight up.
Straight. She just got out of the shower, bro.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, the dots are connecting. Okay.
Yeah. And anyway, and not at all bad. Like I was expecting way worse.
Okay.
So I was like, okay. So as soon as he comes over, she's like, yeah, I just showed these boys my tits and they gave me a beer and all this stuff. And he's like, oh, you know. And everyone goes silent because she's like, is she going to say the next part? Right? And she goes, yeah, and they gave me a shot of Basil Hayden because we got the same name. Played it off like a champ, bro. A champ. And like,
poor guy.
Yeah, I know, bro. I'm like, they 100% met at the strip club, like all this stuff.
I thought it was, I thought she was going to tell him. And I thought he was going to be like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
Just another day.
There was,
It's another day at work, huh?
crazy, bro.
How many beers you get this time? Just one. Fuck.
Oh, dude, can I have Sprite?
Hey, you got a Buster?
Oh, you got waters. Fuck yes.
I got Dr. Peppers, too.
Oh, okay. All right.
I don't think I'd sell them with Dr. Peppers, but
yeah, anyway, that was my story, man.
beautiful. Well, it sounds like you had a fantastic time. The Cowboys won. I know nobody cares, but
Good job.
it was actually a crazy game. It was It was 27-24 in the fourth quarter with 2.5 minutes left. And the final score in overtime was 40-37. So,
Wow.
just saying,
That's actually crazy.
pretty wild game. If you guys want to go watch the highlights, I'd be down to rewatch it with you. You know,
Whatever. Yeah.
just putting it in the air, like, you know. If your mind wants to get stoned and watch the Cowboys again.
Watch Cowboys. You know,
Fourth time this week, I watched it. Yeah, man.
Yep.
But
When I did find out about Charlie Kirk, I was there at the camp, and mind you, I'm probably in the most like conservative place in America. You
Yeah.
can be like, you're in Tennessee at a NASCAR race, like
glamping.
yeah, glamping, bro. Yeah, that was the talk of the town. So, what was y'all's initial thoughts?
Well, my initial thoughts was definitely, I hope that he survives.
Yeah.
That was like the first thing but then I seen the video, which was fairly easy to find.
It was very easy to
And
find.
kind of thrown in my face. I mean, I really didn't have to look for it.
Yeah.
And I watched that, and dude, my heart dropped, bro. Because I seen that, and I had seen people commenting like, he's not gonna make it. Like, there's no way he's gonna make it. But I'm like, no, that's just naysayers. People
There could have been
talking
a
bad.
surgeon right there, and where he got hit, the severity of it, there was nothing you could do.
Yeah.
There's no chance.
So, yeah, when I seen that video, I was like, they hadn't confirmed it yet, but I was like, he's definitely dead.
Mhm.
So, I mean, I watched Charlie Kirk on like a daily. In fact, Michaela always got mad because he was like part of my social media feed that I'd get his debates all the time. So it definitely felt a little closer to home, I guess, just because it was somebody that I watched on a daily, and I was like,
Yeah.
damn, But that was kind of my initial reaction to it. I was just chilling at home. I was playing Guitar Hero. I was having a good time. And then
I was at work. Walked into work. And it was the first thing on TV. It's like, wow. Jesus Christ,
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, so my initial thought was, so I originally heard about it from my other cousin who is a doctor, and she was like, "No way, he's gonna die," like all this stuff, right? So we kind of got over that quick, like if he was gonna.
you didn't have to
Yeah,
wait. You kind of already knew.
I did
Yeah.
too. I did too. Like, I was like, as soon as I saw the video, I was like, oh yeah, he's dead.
Yeah.
There's no.
I think he died immediately.
Yeah, absolutely.
I really do.
Absolutely. I'd say within 30 seconds,
Yeah.
45 seconds. There's that much.
He didn't know what was going on
No.
either.
You could see
Like,
the shock in his face. Like, dude, that's the part that gets me. It's just like seeing like the soul leave somebody's body is just so insane, bro.
The thing that messed me up the most, right? Like there was two things. And after the processing and thinking about it more and stuff like that. For me, one, it was like putting up the First Amendment and just shooting it, like on the wall. And two, his family and kids were there.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what I didn't confirm, but I heard. So they were there. Were they? I mean, so were they near the tent when this happened?
They saw the whole thing. Yeah, they were. To my knowledge, there's reports of kids running up to them, like they saw it, like that's the part that fucked me up. And the thought of the repercussions of it, which we are seeing, we're more divided than ever, and I hate that. I really, really hate that. Yeah. The people who are the biggest thing that he wanted to be remembered by was his faith, right? And being a Christian myself, right? It's pushed me into wanting to be a better person, know, and I think demonizing the people who don't know any better, like they're completely brainwashed, is not the way to go about doing it. Like, I have always said that, like, we were just talking about this, me and my wife, and I am unmovable on what I believe in. Not just faith, but flexible where if you show me
otherwise
evidence to the contrary, I'm open. You know what I mean? But I can't agree with either side, man. Like, I find myself split down the middle, and I hate being that. There's that famous saying where, a guy has his dream and he is in a field and there's a fence running down the middle of the field, and on one side is the devil and the other side is God, Jesus. Yep. And he goes, I don't know which to choose. God says, I'll give you eternal peace, and Satan says, I'll give you everything that you like. Everything you love, I'll give it to you, right? And the guy thinks he's smart, and he sits on the fence, and he goes, I can have this, and I can have this. And then the guy in the dream, everything goes black, and the devil grabs him. And the guy goes, I sat on the fence. I should have had both of you. And he goes, I own the fence. Right?
You just told that beautifully, by the way. That was beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you. I think having a split road viewpoint is not good, right? And I hate that I do. But I can't look at one side and go, I completely disagree with that and disown that, and go over to the other side and then still fight for the things you disagree with on that side. You know what I mean? Like it's
the freedoms to be able to express the other side.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And at one point, like it used to not be like this, man. Like you didn't have to pick a side, and everything that you are as an identity and a person and what you believe in all is encompassed in this one thing. It used to be you would have civil debates, you would have discourse, you would talk, and I didn't have to agree with everything that you agreed with, even if you were on the party that represented me. You know what I mean? Like there was ideas, and that's why there was different candidates for the different, because not all of them were like, oh, it's blanket, you're just a conservative, you think this, and this. You know what I mean? Or you're a liberal and you think this, and this. It used to be like you would have liberals who are like, I disagree with some of this stuff, but that's okay. We're going to, we're moving forward. I agree more with this side, but, there's a lot of things I can hear them out and I can relate to them.
Yeah.
We're at a point where people can't do that. And that is what is truly, truly disheartening. You know.
I mean, what do y'all think about the killing? What do y'all think? I mean, because I think it was a setup. Of course, I think that they're covering it up. I think that this could have been an inside job. This probably was. And then what if it's really just one of those separating tactics? Like, if somebody were to plan this and facilitate this, I feel like that would be the goal, is to stir up the pot, stir up the chaos for the divide. Because that's exactly what it did. A lot of people who felt some way really grounded in what they, which side they were on or switching and all that because of that scenario. And, I mean, have y'all seen all this stuff about the, like with the suspect? Because I think had like 3 different ones, and then there's just so much off of that. I mean, I had some of the story. I don't know the whole story of the suspects, but something about the rifle being completely put together, taken apart, put together to do the shooting, then taken down, then found somewhere, put together. I don't know. Like, I look at that stuff and I'm like, nobody really knows who killed him or why it happened.
So initially, and we don't have all the evidence, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're still, he has not admitted to doing it yet. At the time of this recording. We do know that he came from a hunting family, right? There's plenty of evidence showing that he has killed buck, he has killed, deer. He's good at it, right? Or that's what his family says, right? His whole family is conservative, and that's where he came from in his household, but also his family, his dad turned him in. And, which, by the way, I mean, how hard for a father to do that. Your instinctual reaction when your kid comes to you and tells you that they did something horrible is to protect them. And, he may have not liked his son or whatever, but deep down, that's
the son.
Yeah, it's a difficult thing to do. But I initially, when I first saw it, I was like, that's a professional. The way, because it wasn't bow, 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 bow. And then, kind of like with Trump, you know what I mean? When he got grazed, it was so precise.
One shot.
Yeah. And gone. But the thing is like 120 yards is a hard shot to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
And then you put in nerves, and then you put in the lack of a viewing angle. Right? And
was it 200 yards? It was 120?
It was, so they say that it was like right under 400 feet, right? So it's like 120, 130 yards.
Okay.
Right? But it's technically more because that's like as the bullet flies.
Yeah.
Right? But he's elevated while he's down with a tent above him.
Gotcha.
Just a crazy kind of angle, And then what was weird is the guys who initially said that they did it. Like, is there any correlation between them?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. And I can't stand, nor do I trust anything Kash Patel says.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know how I feel about the Epstein stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And, that was 100% a cover up to me, in my opinion, in Minecraft. So he comes out and he's just pompous. He's talking about it. The FBI, the Bureau, I did this. And I'm like, well, you also came out and was like, we got him twice when he didn't have the right people.
Yeah.
And those people were so fervent about them doing it, self-admittedly, that just seems weird.
Yeah.
Like, that seems just strange,
Well, they were voting on the Epstein files, right? That day.
I really don't know because I was a little preoccupied at the time. I was out of the news cycle. Usually I've got a pretty good tap on it. I was out of the news cycle for a few days. I don't know what was going on up until that happened. So I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, in fact, I think people were actually saying that that could have been a cover up with the Epstein thing because I think it was that same day.
Yeah.
And this is unconfirmed information, all right, but this is just what I heard via social media was that it was people were saying it being a cover up because I think they passed that after all that broke out. So I think the day that the signing or whatever it was took the people's attention away, and people were saying that's a little odd, the timing of that happening.
Well, and it's interesting the news cycle behind the scenes too, because like CNN, that's all they're talking about. Fox, that's all they're talking about. But several things occurred. One was, not to go into this rabbit hole, but apparently we shot down a UFO. And there's videotape of
I
it.
think I heard something about that. I don't
Dude, and it's crazy evidence. Like it's the they hit it with a missile, right? It blows up and looks like it goes under the water, and then resurfaces and takes off.
The fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like pieces fell into the water and stuff, like it blew up, and then poof. Right back out. Don't know what that is. And then 2, we found the best evidence for NASA, found the best evidence for life existing on Mars that we've ever found. We found a rock that, I'm not getting technical with it because I don't know, but there was 2 minerals inside it that can only be formed not through volcanoes, but through running water. And giving evidence, obviously, of, there had to be water at some point. And the rock itself is native to Mars, not from like an asteroid, because that's initially what their theory was, is that there might be water somewhere out there. It could be a comet because it has ice on it, melts, whatever. You know what I mean? No, it's like evidence of fresh water that had existed there at some point, which is super interesting too. And then I don't know. I mean, there's like a bunch of this stuff going on. Like even behind the scenes of that, they're trying to pass this law where U.S. citizens who have naturalized and become U.S. citizens, they don't hold the same rights as what normal citizens have. Even though they are citizens, they don't have the same rights. And they are doing, like they can confiscate your passport now. They don't have to show identification. They can use lethal force, which none of that stuff you've been able to do that. But now it's becoming a thing. I don't know. It's very scary stuff for sure, bro. Very scary stuff. The whole thing. It's
yeah. There's a lot going on in the world right now, bro.
It's not moving in the direction that, I want to see.
I also seen something, don't know if this is true, you guys can fact check me, but something that was saying if you talk bad about Israel, they're like passing an actual law or something. What is it with if you talk bad about Israel?
So can, basically like inciting violence against it, right? Like,
if it's inside, I thought it was, okay.
No, it's just talking about it.
So it's not inciting violence or anything. It's literally just talking, say, badly or not in the narrative they want.
Well, we saw a guy at Tucker Carlson's event. He went and spoke at a Turning Point summit. And the guy asked him, it's a pretty legitimate question, actually. He was like, hey, why in my own country can I burn the American flag? And that's a right of mine to do so.
Right.
But if I burn the Israel flag, I can be arrested. And cuffed and stuffed, bro. They took him straight from the event, cuffed him up.
Whoa, really?
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. It's I don't like to jump to huge conclusions here, and I'm talking a lot. I'm sorry. But
no, you're good. Dude, I'm following every bit right now.
It is history is cyclical.
Mm-hmm.
It always repeats itself,
Oh, yeah.
right? People throw out the word fascism quite a bit and pretty heavily, almost to a point where it doesn't have any meaning anymore because it's been used in cases that are not
Real examples
Fascist.
of fascism. Yeah.
Yeah. Getting close.
Yeah.
Closer than ever, bro.
Yeah.
Like, it's, and I'm not, hopefully, like, I'm not the guy that go, but I'm going to call a horse a horse.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? If it looks like it and it smells like it, it's probably that.
Yeah.
And it is, I don't know. And I hate that that's the camps that I'm talking about is like, you say that, oh, that looks like fascism. Now you're a libtard. You know what I mean? Now you're thrown in this camp. And that's the most divisive and that's the biggest way to destroy our democracy is by doing that.
Yeah. And if you don't mind, I was going to circle that back around to the Charlie Kirk situation. And we all know the people celebrating, and we all know that I don't think any of us were celebrating. I know I wasn't celebrating, and I did look down upon those that did. And I like to keep an open mind. I like to see other points of views. And so I looked at all the people on the social media who were reposting, the negative things about him right after his death and all that. And it all came with labels like the transphobia, the racist, the homophobic, fascist, misogynistic, all these. And I'm like, and that, like, there's people literally saying basically, this is not an opinion. Fascism's not an opinion. Homophobia is not an opinion. All these things. And I'm like, so you're literally looking at these people as evil. Once that's ingrained into people, it's like there's no conversation. Yeah. There's nothing that you can do, and it kind of drives me crazy because I'm like, I think that most people want good, but when we start throwing those labels around and all that, you can call somebody a racist and. Without any context, that's just like, damn, like, you might automatically look at somebody different based off of that, but you don't, again, they're just labels put on people without actual evidence. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
And yeah, it's super detrimental, to anything to just be able to pull out a word and use it and then just kind of try to put somebody in a box.
And, the passion to feel that way is positive. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think people should be passionate about what they believe in. And I don't think that you should be able to sway them off of something that they genuinely believe. I think that there will never be a point where we all agree.
Right.
Right? There will always be a point where it's polarizing.
Mm-hmm.
The difference is you can feel that way. But when you move into violence and political suppression, which is what this was. It's political suppression.
Yeah.
It's terrorism. It is, you move past thoughts. There's an interesting parable where they say that if we both hold guns, we both make the laws. We can talk laws. If we both hold knives, we can talk rules. Right? If we both have nothing, and it's just our bare hands, right? We can talk philosophy, right? But if you're holding a knife and I have nothing, or you have a gun and I have a knife, you can now rule over me, right? But if you have a gun and I have nothing, you have everything. There's nothing I can do. There's no thoughts, there's no past experiences, there's no future, there's no anything that allows me to talk reasonably. Because the whole point is you have such a large advantage and my entire life in your hands, and there's no way for me to defend myself. You can't rule like that. There's true power takes a back seat, or excuse me, money and thoughts and all of this takes a back seat to true power. And true power is having the ability to end your life and you not do anything about it.
Mhm.
That's power, right? You see every pharaoh that ever existed, every king, that's how they rule. They have the knife and you don't have anything. That is not what America is built on.
Right.
Everyone should have a gun.
Mhm.
Everyone. Because then no one has an advantage over you that you
Right.
don't have, including your government. That's what the
Yeah.
point is,
Yeah.
And if you can't go out and have civil conversations without inciting violence, without the threat of being killed for it,
Mhm.
what do we have? What is this governmental body that we live under? What is this society we live under?
Yep.
Sure as hell is not a democracy. And the people that support, like Trump, right?
Mhm.
I don't hate any of those people. I don't even dislike some of those people, or any of those people, right? You can be as passionate and fervent as you want about what you believe in.
Yeah.
I support that. If you're a Satanist, I support you. I'll pray for you.
Mhm.
Because that's my belief and that's your belief.
Yeah.
Right? You're a human, I'm a human. You have past experiences that make you feel that way, and I can't relate to that. Right? It is so saddening to see this place that I call home and I truly support, America, to go the direction that it's going, because it's never been bad, but it's never been evil.
Yeah.
And and people would disagree with that too, and I would understand that. Slavery, evil. You know what I mean? We've done evil things, but you never limited. It's not true. Like, we have done terrible things to minorities in the history of America. Native Americans, Japanese, blacks, done horrible things to them, right? But it was founded on the thought that human is human. Every man is created equal. We had a civil war about it. And the prevailing thought was we can live in a society where we can talk about and believe whatever we want. That's how we were founded. That's why we came here. And if we don't have that, we don't have the foundations. And what my point was supporting Trump, he's eliminating a lot of these amendments and freedoms and things like that. And that's why I can't lean one way or the other. Like, do I disagree? Do I agree with political violence? That as much as they say that they don't, the left is known for. The right doesn't do that. They don't go out and riot. They don't, other than January 6th, but that just got out of hand.
Yeah.
And I have my thoughts on that too, being a planted thing.
Yeah.
But you look at like the George Floyd, the BLM movements, just during COVID, and you go, these are mostly, if not all, liberal areas. Can't get behind it. I just can't. I don't think violence is the answer in any regard. I think we should carry a big stick and be able to defend against violence. It'd be hard to kill, But then you got the other side, and you go, okay, you got glad handing and filibustering and making a slide for anything that you think, breaking down our judicial system, and it's almost worse. it's
Yeah.
bad, dude.
That's part of the what, like, you don't want to be a fence sitter, but you also don't want to be misrepresented.
Right.
And that's a lot of us is you feel misrepresented. I don't never want to be
It's a
called
great way to say that.
a Trump supporter or Biden. I don't want to be considered either because it's, again, the boxes we're talking about. They just create boxes. And that's where I think a lot of people are, is that we see these things and a lot of people feel like you. A lot of people are like, I see these things I can't get behind on this side. I can't get behind on this side either. And it's all the misrepresentation. And so it's hard to, it kind of makes you a fence sitter in a way, you know, it's almost like that's better in some situations.
And this has been happening for all of humankind.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, you look at the Greeks, right? And, you know, I always go back to philosophy, but philosophy has a lot to do with my faith too.
Yeah.
And it just, you're able to say it in a way where if somebody hasn't realized faith yet, you can talk facts, right? Because faith is a personal thing. It's an experience-based thing.
Yeah.
Whereas philosophy talks about faith, having faith, and knowing that nature is of God, but also knowing the human psyche is extremely important. No one knew it better, right? But Marcus Aurelius says that when you wake up in the morning, you have to know that you're going to meet people who are untrustworthy, liars, surly, rude, and you have to carry yourself with poise and stick to your values. And it's the same, you know, for somebody who's religious, putting on the armor of God.
Mm-hmm.
It's believing and having a set belief to carry yourself through the world where no matter what is approached by you, you can face it and face it with confidence and face it with dignity, right? But you can't face a gun when you don't even have when that dignity is stripped from you without your choice in such a horrible way.
Yeah.
It resonates, you know? And I mean, Charlie Kirk has become way bigger of a man than he was ever when he was alive. He is a martyr, and that's what it is. Because one of the arguments was like, oh, well, people weren't freaking out this bad when Trump got shot. Trump didn't die.
Trump didn't
Right.
die. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't think for a second he wouldn't have been a martyr.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to bring it down.
No. I mean, I was about to play one more thing out there with, this is kind of why it's so hard to think about these things. And, you know, we all have our personal convictions and what we feel and everything. But like when it kind of goes back to that good and evil, when everybody thinks that they're on the good side, everybody, and if we don't agree on things, there's certain things that won't change. You know what I'm saying? Like, even with all the problems that are going on now, like some people feel this way, some people feel that way. Nobody's ever going to truly, it's not going to change everybody from one side to the other. You know, we're not always going to agree. And I think that's the biggest thing that I'm worried about right now is like the tensions between the people and knowing like, even here in our states, like we are so divided on who feels what, and people really feel like everybody feels they're on the good side, right?
Yeah.
Everybody
does.
thinks
that they're the righteous.
and it's, I don't even know where you begin to, that's why I'm not in politics, by the way, is because I don't know where you solve all that at. Like,
You know what our country needs more than ever? It needs temperance. It needs self-regulatory people. People who can listen to something they disagree with and shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
And listen. Because I guarantee you, anyone that you bring out, I don't care if it is a trans Satanist with blue hair who has piercings all over their face, we're going to find something that we agree
on, yeah.
You know what I mean? We're going to find, dude, I hate when I stub my toe. I hate when I stub my toe too. Damn. Okay, yeah. At least start there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, Like,
Oh, that's a big one, dude. Because I mean, so many people, especially on flip sides of the spectrum with like the Republican and Democrat, like you really have a lot in common. You have different experiences in life that has brought one of you to this side and one of you to this side. You know?
yeah. I mean, you can cut it up however you want, and there's things that people are just fundamentally not going to agree on, but it has to come to a point where you go, that's okay. One of those
if we could live without the violence and the
correct.
Yeah.
But the problem is both sides think that there is violence involved. Like like you look at conservatives, they go, they're baby killers.
Right.
People are having abortions
Yeah.
and ending life. I cannot stand by while that happens. You know, I can never look at that person as a human being because of that. You know what I mean? It's these moral walls that people hit. But at the end of the day, when you boil it down, just abortion because we're on it.
Yeah.
Right? If you boil it down, both people are just caring
Bro.
for the same thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're caring that a woman has full charge of their body, and I get behind that. Like, fuck, dude. I mean, up until recently, less than 100 years, women didn't really have it. They weren't fully in charge of their body. They weren't in charge of their rights. They weren't in charge of the decisions that they make. I understand where women are coming from when they say that, you know, they want full control of themselves, because we do. That's not something we had to live without. You know what I mean? I can sympathize.
Yeah.
I can't relate, but I can sympathize. Right? And go, I get that. You know what I mean? I would probably want the same thing too. If you're bringing laws in to where if I am going to possibly die from a procedure and that has been legal for so long, and then now they say you can't have that procedure, I'm a bit pissed.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just how it is. And
You
then
got
you have
control
on the
over
other
your
side,
life.
and they go, you don't, you know, you have mothers and grandmothers and who are like, you don't understand what you're doing. You know, you're killing a life. You're expunging a flame before it's even able to burn. And to them, that is just as evil. You know, to not have full control over your body.
To not give that potential life its own choice as well.
And I see that side.
Yeah.
You know, like,
That's the point. Both of them have good, and you can't listen. I don't feel like anybody can truly listen to that and not see both sides. Like if you really think about it, that was one of my biggest worries with that topic is how I see it exactly how you see it. Both sides are both showing care in a different way.
yeah.
And
They're
it's
both
just
human.
it's just a tricky topic. It's just tricky at the core of it.
Do I think that, you know, we're hitting all the fucking hot buttons here. But like gun control, right? I think it's a safer America, believe it or not, right? I think it's a safer America when the majority of the population has guns.
Right.
Because you're not going to go out and do stupid shit. And the people who want to do bad don't care about the laws to begin with. You don't think they're going to have trouble getting a gun? There is over 300 million guns in the U.S.
You about to say, yeah.
that are out, not...
I think there's more than the actual number of people in the U.S.
Yes, yeah. There's more
Checked.
guns than people.
Yeah.
And, I mean, a perfect example is there was a guy, I think his name was Shang Zhu. I could be fucking that up. Fact check me, moderators. But it was a Japanese general who they said, what will you do when you get to, if you kick out the Americans, and are you going to take it to their soil? And he said, no one would ever win a war against America because behind every blade of grass is a fervent American with a gun. That's important.
It's very important.
That's important.
I want to say, I think that's the biggest thing that people don't understand on the gun issue is that it's not, and not trying, I don't want to bring this back to the Charlie situation. I want to
No, go
just
ahead.
talk about, well, I mean, I know a bunch of people were talking about it because of that.
We're in the
and
weeds, baby.
I think that, yeah, he did die supporting even what he died from. But again, at the end of the day, kind of like he said, things will happen. But the initial reason for us having guns is against a tyrannical government. And I don't think that people are understanding in that once you take the guns away, the example that you gave earlier was perfect. With you have a gun and I have a knife, or
Yeah.
gun and nothing. That's really the underlying first-hand reason that we have it. And as soon as that all gets taken away, like all the power has left our hands at that point, for sure.
Right.
Now, do we have a chance against our military if they did, some type of, what do they call it again, martial law or whatever?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. But America doesn't want that.
It wouldn't be easy.
America doesn't want that.
It wouldn't be easy.
Is the military really going to do that to their own people over that? Like, that turns into a whole whatever. But that's the whole reason. And I mean, I know that terrible stuff happens, but I totally see that point, though, of making sure that we, the people, have some type of power against that, especially in the times right now. Like, I don't trust our government. I don't think anybody should.
No.
But, and that's the thing that we have to protect us. So, I mean, if you want the government to take that out of our hands and just leave the government with the guns, you can have that. I'm good on that.
Yeah.
And one of the most important things that the Bible has taught me, context is extremely important.
Extremely important.
There are contexts where you will see me get that fucking gun away from that guy.
Mhm.
He should never, ever carry a firearm ever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And there's a lot of that.
Mhm.
There's probably millions of people that I would not want to have guns.
Right.
But the thing that stops those millions of people from doing whatever they wanted is the other tens of millions of people who have guns.
Mm-hmm.
And I firmly believe that. You cannot have, when you tip the level of power to the wrong side, who does want to do true evil, hurt people, kill people.
Mm-hmm.
When you give them that power and you give away yours on purpose, that's going to be a scary world, man.
Yeah.
For sure.
And I mean, the first thing, this has been said a million times, but it is true. First rule Hitler did: take all the guns. They can't fight back.
Yep. Sorry.
No, you're good. And
history repeats itself.
history absolutely repeats itself. And I'm going to say something that's crazy, but I genuinely am terrified of it. ISIS turned into a paramilitary.
With what? Did they...
They're not a part of a military branch. They don't have the same sanctions. They have the same budget now. They don't have
they got a bigger
the
budget.
training. They do. They have a bigger budget than the Marines.
Yeah.
They only answer to one cabinet. And they get to do whatever they want. They don't have to show identity. They're trying to push where naturalized citizens aren't going to have the same rights, and there's going to be no control over it. There isn't any kind of, and why would there be? Because he paved the way for anything that he wants goes. There isn't anything to oppose him. So why would there be regulations on this thing that he's creating? That scares the shit out of me, dude. Because you want to talk about the military taking over the U.S., right? You won't have to. You won't have to. You'll have this unregulated body that is more well armed than them. That
So you're worried of them becoming too powerful with that, basically.
It's what they did with the SS, secret police, and then you incite violence. You eliminate political enemies, where there's nothing left but you, and you agree with it, or you go work in a camp for a little while. And we're starting to see like the whole pop-ups with like, I mean, you're wrong if you think that it's just going to be Mexicans and border security and stuff. And like, I've heard the arguments of the border security stuff, and I agree with parts of it. I think we should have a secure border, right? I think that's important for any country, right? But the way that they're treating people and rounding them up where they're not really even checking. And then now they're doing it to people that have not commit crimes. It's weird. It's escalating and snowballing into this scary
I think all of
situation.
that, would scare me, definitely. I mean, I'll be honest, I'm not against the deportation of people who are here illegally at that fundamental.
You broke the law.
Yeah.
You broke
and there's
the law.
repercussions. But and again, that's where misrepresentation comes in. Because then it's like, okay, well, say I, support the deportations, then people might assume that you're okay with the things that you just listed that I really haven't seen much about it. And I don't know how much the news really tells us, but I'm not a fan.
Too,
I don't watch a bunch of the news, so I don't know all the things that are going on. So again, I support the border control and the ICE and the fundamental of just getting people back out of our country, preferably back to where they came from, right?
Which they're not.
And only the people that, I obviously wouldn't support that being against anybody that doesn't. That, if they're doing it without checking and shit, that sounds a little wild. And then, I don't know, like, so we've never had to do any, I know ICE was created after 9/11, right? Was it after 9/11 or?
Border Patrol started in 1923. And it was by a railroad conglomerate gentleman who had actually murdered a Mexican kid and got away with it when he was a kid. He funded it. And one of the major reasons that I'm aware of is because it was, and in that time, in the 1920s, it was racism, for sure. Because the thing was, it's like in the 1860s, and there's like a funny, not funny, but kind of a true statement from Mexicans where they didn't cross the border crossed us. All of Texas was Mexico.
Yeah.
Right? We took it over and pushed it through.
Yeah.
Well, when they established border security in 1920s, man, he did some horrendous shit. Like people who had generations of farms in these one areas, they wouldn't leave. He would scalp them, hang them up. Like horrendous shit, to make an example, right? Fundamentally, that bureau has not changed. I mean, it's obviously gone through many iterations of it now into ICE, right? But the history behind border patrols and security, bro. I mean,
I need to go do some research on that because I haven't even looked into the.
They used a lot of the veterans from the Spanish-American War that was fought, and where they still took trophies as scalping people. Yeah. And I mean, and I'm not trying to put out any like wrong information either. This stuff is, my wife does like research papers on this kind of stuff because she loves doing that, and that's how she retains information, is by writing about it.
Sure.
And I read those things and it's like, dude, I mean, it is It established in 1920, right? And then it became a whole nother thing after 9/11 with the Homeland Security.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And that was actually good and bad, because really after 9/11, the people who lost their rights was the American people.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah.
that's the truth. Surveillance was okay. That's when our phones started listening to us.
Right.
That's when all of this stuff. The Freedom of Information Act
Mhm.
is a good thing and a bad thing, right? Because I think it's majority a great thing, but
Sure. Yeah.
you have basically like spying and privacy violations in the name of freedom. That
Yeah.
was like the whole idea, right? Like, oh, we all can sacrifice a little freedom to make sure we're safe, right? And everybody goes, yeah, I could get behind that. It's never changed. Like now we're not worried about domestic violence from other countries. We're worried about, which we still are, don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
But like,
Yeah.
the real threats now is each other.
Yeah.
Obviously. And I just hope there's not. I'm scared every single day that I open the news and I'm like, oh fuck, was there a copycat? Was there a,
Mhm.
because I don't know. I think if you have a few more incidents, this can be. You good?
Yeah, we're about to have to wrap up, but
Okay.
you finish out with your
It's only going to take a few more incidents that happens in quick succession before things really start to deteriorate.
Yeah.
Like,
Absolutely.
if you have Charlie Kirk, violence and retaliation from one other side, violence and retaliation on the other side, violence and retaliation on the other side,
shifts into a war, basically.
and I'm sure you've heard it, but it's more true than ever. The boiling frog,
Yeah.
right? You can't just you can't throw a frog into boiling water.
Mm.
It jumps out,
Yeah.
right? Does nothing. But if you let it sit and get comfortable in that water, and then you just turn it up 1 degree at a time, it's too late. It boils alive. And that's kind of how I feel it is right now. I don't think there's going to be a pop where, boom, we're at war with each other. I think it's going to be a gradual,
Slow movement.
slow, hey, now, if you're in the South and you're liberal, it's not going to be safe for you.
Mm.
It's not going to be the same way it wouldn't be safe for us in California.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I think they're slowly going to be like, oh, well, we have to, not only do we not like that part of the country, we can't go to that part of the country
Mhm.
because they'll kill you. And I think it's going to slowly evolve into that.
Yeah.
And then
And then what? They secede, and there's two different nations at that point.
you have gang
Right.
territories.
Yeah.
You have gang territories that are just going to constantly fight with each other. And then until there is a governmental body that happens in the South or wherever, right? The conservative states, and then a governmental body that happens in the more liberal states, and they go, I disagree with you so wholeheartedly that if you come over here, you're not allowed over here anymore. And then that's how Civil War starts.
That's what it sounds. Yeah.
Damn. Yeah. The world, man. The world. Yeah.
Let's end on a positive note.
Yeah, please.
Very briefly, what do you think is one way that we can take a step as individuals to fix it? Just, it may not make a huge impact, but what are some steps that we as each other, ourselves, can do to make a difference?
That's a tough question. I mean, obviously, simpler things like, of course, being nice and everything, and somebody like me would be being strong in faith.
Yeah.
I think that spreading faith and, I'll leave it at that. I'll just say,
Yeah. Faith and showing compassion. to each person that you walk past, not just the people who have like-minded, you know. I think that's part of the best thing that each person can do.
Being good mediators and letting us all talk, and being that person, if you're in a room of people talking about things, to mediate the differences, you know, and try to get people to see the other side and not just their own. That's a big one to me. Yeah, that's about all I got right now. What about you, Rogers? What do you think?
I asked the question. I didn't really have an answer. But,
I didn't mean to put you on the spot.
no, you're good. Speak your truth, right? But also understand that hear other people's truths, because the truth is the truth, right? But you should be able to have the maturity to not lash out, control your tongue, control your body, right? Never revert to physical violence, and be a good one. We all know what it feels like. We know how to be good people. You know, something deep down inside you, you know, we all have that spark of the divine inside us. And that is the most beautiful light that you can have, that you need to cultivate. You need to become informed, become hard to kill so you can defend yourself. But don't become animals. Don't become militaristic. Don't fall into the same echo chambers that caused this whole thing. Seek different opinions. You know what I mean? Because I promise you're going to see some kind of truth in that. You're going to see something. And, oh man, be kind. Like, just be kind. Like, if you can just have the kindness to say, that's okay, I disagree with you.
Yeah.
Let me hear your side. Let me give them the courtesy.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people wouldn't return it.
Right.
But you don't fight evil with evil. You fight evil with the light. You know? That's what I would say.
Agree to disagree if you have to. And I guess one more thing, always remember too that we're all humans. We all just have different spawn points.
Yeah.
We all have different spawn points in this world, different upbringings, different lives. So as long as you go into every debate, every talk with other people, and just remember that in the bottom of your heart, you'll be all right. Yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you for joining us this week. This has been the On Game Show. We love y'all. And, you know, we have a very small, quaint, cozy little fan base, and we appreciate you. You know, we see you tune in, and if you stuck around this long, or if this is your first video, take a little bit of it and just implement one thing at a time. Be kind, just be a better person.
Yeah.
And I've got a lot to work on, just like anyone else.
Yeah, we all do.
And if you haven't in a while, crack open your Bible.
Yeah.
This has been the On Game Show. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next week. Be a good one. You know what that feels like. Peace.
Thank you, guys.
Peace.